where someone said no one likes Ben Shapiro. Now, that's not true. They've dumped a ton of money into this guy, and there are a few people that actually like him. Low IQ people typically. Anytime you want to infiltrate a movement, whether it's a political movement or other types of movements, even especially I think the conservative movement, it's very easy to infiltrate because all you have to do is tell people what they want to hear. All you need to do is get the talking points down, and a guy like Shapiro will come in and say, there's only two genders. Hey, right wing, I'll be your leader. And he can spout off the talking points, and he can appeal to those low IQ people, at least for a while, till people start catching on. And I kind of feel bad for Steven Crowder, because Steven Crowder has been plugging away for years. He actually does have talent. He actually does produce a lot of good content. And he has pretty much the same neocon agenda as Shapiro. But for whatever reason, the elites, they skipped over Steven Crowder to be their guy, their spokesperson, their mouthpiece, and they selected Ben Shapiro. I have no idea why, other than he must know the right people, because I can imagine that there was no audition where he had to actually beat out other people, because this guy has absolutely no charm, no charisma, no personality. He's just a total goofball. He's the type of guy that if you had him in your class, you probably would never talk to him. You just think he's some random dork. But he does have a few fans, so it's not exactly true that no one likes him. There are some people, like I said, probably very low IQ people that like this goof, or people that just know a few things about him, a few things he said that's truthful, and they think, oh, well, he's a good guy, but they haven't really looked into him a little bit further. But Shapiro is not an influential guy. He's certainly not as influential as many people think. On this post where someone said no one likes Ben Shapiro, one of his fanboys, the few that are out there, said that Ben Shapiro has done more for the conservative movement in recent years, more than anyone else. Really? What has he done? Did he get President Trump elected? Of course not, because Shapiro was a never Trumper. In fact, he tried not to get Trump elected. He pushed Ted Cruz, and Ted Cruz never even came close to getting the nomination. So my point is that Ben Shapiro, he's not influential at all. He shilled for Ted Cruz, who could not catch on. That loser Ted Cruz. So you have that loser Shapiro shilling for that other loser Ted Cruz, that Herman Munster looking guy, that kind of fake Christian. That's the other thing, just not to get off on a tangent, but Ted Cruz, he always talks about being this very fundamentalist Christian guy, but here he is, he wants to team up with AOC to deliver over-the-counter birth control where you don't even need a prescription for it anymore. So we're going to make birth control more accessible for people that want to fornicate. And then, hey, guess what? The birth rates of the United States are going to keep going down. Then guess what? Hey, I guess we have to import more foreigners because we don't have workers. So you see how the plan works out. But think about Ben Shapiro. He has no influence. He didn't affect any elections whatsoever. He's just entertainment for some people until they find out what his deal is. And I'll show you an example of that right here. Check this out. Here he is, this little goofball, this little dork. Here's one of his things. He's trying to do his usual thing of push for the United States military to go attack someone, and this little dork, this little coward, that coward from that tranny, the first time I saw this guy on TV, I didn't know who he was, but he was cowering from some tranny on TV that was threatening to beat him up, and he acted like a total wimp. So this wimp, he's always advocating that the military, the American military, they go fight for his people and they go risk their lives and spend their money. But this little dork that's never been in a fist fight, he's not going in the military. If he really believed in this cause, wouldn't he join the military and want to go fight himself? Do you think his kids are ever going to be in the military? Of course not. That's for the inferior people, according to him. So here's one of his videos. Look at this. What is Trump's plan for Iran? This is he's trying to shill and get the United States to go to war for Israel. But look at this. It has 1.4 thousand, so 1,400 thumbs up. How many thumbs down does it have? 11,000 thumbs down. Let's read some of the comments on this. First, their pinned comment. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the... yeah, okay. Let's see what real people have to say. So this guy says, a drone is not worth 150 lives. Sad to see Ben so war hungry. Well, if you've been following this guy at all, he's been war hungry his entire career. Someone else. No American sacrifice is too great for Israel, says Ben Shapiro. Here's a good comment. Says he's pro-life. 150 people? Who cares? Kill them. This guy says, no more American blood for Israeli and Saudi interests. Here's a good comment. You guys in the comment section have restored my faith in humanity. If so many people feel this strongly, maybe there's hope for America. We've been at war for 18 years now. Enough is enough. Ben the warmonger. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for Israel, says chickenhawk Shapiro. So you get the point. All these comments, many of them are very funny. They're certainly more entertaining than the content of the video. But you see, people are learning that this guy's not that smart. And think about it too. Look at what a loser this guy was when he went on the BBC, and he actually proved to people that he's not very smart. A lot of people think this guy has a high IQ. This guy's not very smart. He likes to debate people that are crazy SJWs, people that are totally insane, but anyone based, anyone knowledgeable, anyone that has a reasonably high IQ, this guy's not going to want to debate him, especially if someone comes with the truth, because this guy certainly, all he has is deception, Ben Shapiro. So my point of this video is, this guy, he hasn't done anything for conservatives except try to subvert. That's all he's trying to do. This is why I hate this guy so much. He takes well-meaning good people, because conservative people, they're great people. They mean well. They want to do the right thing, but a lot of the times they can be misled, especially if someone comes with some truth and they feed them truth, and then ultimately they lead them astray. It's a total confidence game. They're trying to gain their confidence ultimately with the intention of ultimately leading them down a bad path. But don't worry, this guy, Shapiro, he's just a flash in the pan. They've spent so much money trying to make this guy a thing. He's nothing but a mouthpiece for billionaires. Look into it. That's who funds this guy. And he's not even very successful at that. So we're going to keep making fun of this clown, and we're going to keep doing some other good videos for you that you can check out. In the meantime, go ahead and check out some of those videos now.